Hello friends, my name is Vandrel, and today I want to talk about WvW Reward Tracks. On yesterday's video, I got a comment from someone who wasn't into crafting legendary weapons because they require gifts of battle and they didn't like engaging in the game mode. Which is a sentiment I've often heard before, and I'm gonna be honest. I personally also prefer spending my time doing PvE activities. As I sometimes tend to mention in my videos, however, a while ago I set out on a quest to start crafting as many legendary items as I could. I love the convenience they provide, and honestly, I love the extra visuals these add to your character. So far, I've made 14 weapons, as well as all of the legendary trinkets, most of the legendary armors, runes and sigils. I'm mentioning the trinkets because Conflux requires a whopping 5 gifts of battle as well. For some of these, I farmed some reward tracks, but most of these gifts of battle I actually acquired with almost zero effort. I don't spend more than 5 minutes per day in WvW, yet I get a gift of battle or 2 per month. And I'll share my exact process with all of you, which recently became even more efficient thanks to the weekly rewards ANET decided to implement. Let's start off by taking a look at how these reward tracks work. When you've been staying actively engaged in WvW, you'll get something called pips, as well as reward track progress awarded every 5 minutes. These pips advance a track that unlocks chests, going from wood to diamonds, and these chests give a good chunk of reward track progress too. But I neglect this mechanic 99% of the time. Although, by the end of the week, I always at least have a wood tier completed by spending my 5 minutes per day. Another way to advance reward track progress is through WvW Potions. You need 80 potions for a fully completed reward track. So how do we get these, you might wonder? Well, we're going to do the fastest dailies that can be soloed. There are 3 dailies that rotate every day, and usually 2 of them are pretty fast to do. Sometimes you might get unlucky and there is only one, but sometimes you're lucky and all 3 of them are fast to do. By doing the fast easy dailies, you'll get 3 to 5 potions per day on average, sometimes one more, sometimes one less, but they average out to around 4 per day over the month. That means that every 20 days you actually have a fully completed reward track without putting in any real effort. Now let's take a look at which dailies I am talking about and how to complete them as fast as possible. The easiest that takes 5 seconds is the Big Spender daily. You need to spend at least 25 badges of honor at a vendor. I just buy a bunch of flame ramps that I list on the trading post after and recoup a bit of silver and get an easy potion that way. The next easiest one is the Caravan Disruptor. All you need to do is kill a single Dolyak. If you don't happen upon one when running around, just make your way to an enemy camp. Oftentimes you'll see a Dolyak before you reach the camp, and if you don't, well, that's where they spawn. Another easy one is the Land Claimer daily. All you need to do is go to one of those little flags on the minimap that isn't your team color. You need to kill the one sentry that is guarding it and cap the point, which takes a couple of seconds. This takes about a minute in total, and these are often not even contested by the enemy players. If you see the Master of Monuments daily, that one is ridiculously easy too, and I always do these on the desert borderlands. There's fire shrines on the west side of the map and air shrines on the east side of the map. Look for one that currently isn't owned by your team color, kill 5 elementals, cap the shrine, and that's it, really. Another easy one to complete on the desert borderlands is the Veteran Creature Slayer. I know you can do this on the other borderlands, but the Veteran Warg and Worm are really close to each other. And there's another veteran creature on the map that is almost always up if the 2 previous ones aren't. That is the Veteran Harpy on the east side of the map. If you go for that one, only kill the veteran. The other harpies will despawn once the veteran dies. Another daily I spend my time on is the Veteran Guard Killer. This needs you to kill 5 veteran enemy guards, which are the NPCs guarding the Landclaimer daily I already mentioned, camps, or even the gates of a tower or keep. All of them count towards the achievement. Finding and killing 5 of them shouldn't take you more than a couple of minutes. Then there are 2 dailies that might take a bit longer. There's the daily Camp Capturer, where you need to capture 2 camps, and if you play during off times, you will most likely face little to no opposition from the enemies. Make sure your build is up to snuff to deal with 5 guards at the same time, or maybe a bit more if the camp is upgraded. The reason I do this daily as well is that it rewards 2 potions instead of 1, making it well worth it in my opinion. And finally, there is the World Ranker Daily that also rewards 2 potions. Now you might be thinking, why in God's name did I mention I do 5 minutes of daily World Rewards, and now I'm talking about one that obviously takes longer, especially because you need to level up twice. Well, you can actually pre-plan for this with a gizmo called the Ley Energy Matter Converter. This is one of the easiest gizmos to acquire because all you need to do is go to Dragonstance and kill the Mouth of Mordremoth in 20 minutes or less. These days that is done more often than not, so if you don't have the gizmo yet, join an active Dragonstand run and you'll have it after doing the meta. This gizmo has 3 chances each day to give you something called a box of World Rewards supplies. When you get these, do not instantly open them. These reward a big chunk of World Rewards experience. So when you see the World Ranker Daily, open a bunch of these up and you'll have nearly instant completion of the daily for 2 potions. I usually manage to save up more than enough for when the daily rolls around. If I don't have enough of them, I just skip the daily. There are of course other dailies that you can do, but these take longer. If I see someone actively engaging a tower, I of course go to help out for another easy clear, but these are a bonus, not our prime target. And with one of the most recent patches, ANET decided to rework reward incentives, including those in World Rewards. 3 of the weeklies they implemented will almost naturally be taken care of by doing the dailies I mentioned previously. Those are the weekly camp capture, which needs you to capture 15 camps, and the weekly Dolyak denier, which needs you to kill 15 Dolyaks. If by the end of the week I'm missing 1 or 2 camps or Dolyaks, I make sure to complete these on Sunday just before Monday's reset. And then there is also the weekly Ruin Runner. All you need to do is cap 5 ruins over the week, and those are the unguarded zones in the middle of each of the Borderlands maps. You can do either 1 a day or just choose a day to spend a couple of minutes on and cap all 5. All of these weeklies reward you with 2 potions, which is another 6 easy potions per week. That's 7.5% of extra reward track progress without any real extra investment. If you do enjoy World Rewards, by all means do engage in the game mode. I truly believe this is a unique activity that allows for players to make their own fun and find friends along the way. But if you're like me and you tend to skip the game mode, doing these dailies will solve the Gift of Battle problem you might have. And if you don't need Gifts of Battle, you can select any of the other reward tracks that are very profitable as well. The non-repeatable ones award you with 7 to 14 Mystic Clovers, and if you're grinding for Vision, you can complete the reward tracks for some of those meta achievements as well. And that's about it for this video. I hope this can help people who don't really like to engage in World Rewards without locking them out of crafting their own legendary weapons. If you have any comments or questions, make sure to leave them down below. If you liked it, please like this video, and your subscription would mean the world to me.